anywhere. It's trapped. Yeah, so do you see that?
How does he know?
And I had never thought of that until I saw it happen. I asked Paul Schlepeka if he's ever seen it, and he's been around long enough where he's seen that happen, where guys stick them in the wrong way. And the brakes work all right, sort of, kind of, but as they wear, the compensating port can never open to accommodate any wear in the system. So the compensating port really does have to work. Each time you release the brakes, you want it to open up.
I mean, you can kind of see why they would do that if they didn't have the maintenance manual out. Because, you know, when you flip the spring over the wrong way, it sort of fits on there and kind of nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But,
right.
you know, if they had, you know, like,
yeah.
one of the first things that you learn in this program is that you're supposed to have the maintenance manual for whatever you're working on out.
Uh-huh.
When you're working on it. And it's very clear that you can see that the small end of the spring is there.
Right there.
At the
Also
top.
here in the picture.
It's very clear. But if you
Yes.
didn't have that out,
You could easily screw it up.
yeah, you
Correct.
could easily flip it upside down because it
Totally
looks
agree.
nice when you flip it upside down.
Yeah, it does look, and it looks like it probably should work. But if you guys understand that, that's good, because you may run across this problem in the real world in the compensating port not working right. Here's another interesting thing that I learned. On the O-rings, okay. If somebody asks you, what causes the piston to, on the brake caliper, on this brake caliper, when you release the pressure, what causes it to move back in just a fraction of an inch to eliminate drag and allow it to rotate relatively free? Okay, the answer is when you apply pressure on an O-ring, when this piston gets pushed down, there's fluid on this side. When it gets pushed down, it actually rolls a little bit in its groove, and it gets squashed, the pressure squashes it to an oval. And you see how if the piston's coming down and the cylinder is moving like that, how it's gonna take that and roll it. And when you release pressure, the O-ring will actually roll back a little bit, slightly. So a slight rolling action. In the car world, on brake cylinders, they have square rings, and they kind of squash like a parallelogram.
Mm-hmm.
But so when they release, they pull off just enough, and they're made to do that. But in the airplane world, the size of the groove here can actually determine how much it springs back. It's just a very small amount. Because I read an old 1940s Cessna brake bulletin, and they had some brakes that were kind of squeaking and dragging. And it said they increased the groove size and eliminated the draggy problem. And I thought, oh, I never thought of that. The gap that the O-ring fits in is having much of an effect, but it enabled it to roll back a little bit more and release better. I thought, oh, interesting news.